Alright, so where we're at is from the last tutorial where we had our breadcrumbs implemented and our title trails. So we've got the current page being highlighted in the navigation, we've got breadcrumbs and the browser title trail. So to take a look at that template, I've just moved things around a little bit, but it's essentially the same as it was. Now the tag that I'm going to show you now is the set node tag. So you'll notice there's quite a bit of repetition here where we set the tree ID and the entry ID for every tag. So what we can do is actually just do one tag at the head of the document, which will assign these values to all the subsequent tags. So what we can do is just go taxonomy set node, and then we want the tree ID, which is 1 in this case, and then we want our key. So the key can be any number of values that are belong to, or attributes that belong to a node. So in this case we're going to go, the key is the entry ID, and the value for that key is the entry ID. So again, that's being parsed by the outer channel entries tag, and then we'll just save that. And what we can actually do is just get rid of all of these, and you'll notice things are quite a bit cleaner in our templates now. If I just refresh, we should just see exactly the same page as before. Cool. So what the set node tag also does is load all the node attributes as global variables. So what we can do is, for example, is go if node has children equals yes, we can output a new piece of content. So let's say we have children. So you'll notice on any page that does have children, we get that message. Okay, so there's a bunch of values, but what you can also do is prefix these variables so they don't conflict with variables inside other tags. So there's a var prefix, and what I normally do is just go with this, and that way we can take that to any global variables that we've created. So that'll just carry on working. So let's say when we have children, we want to be able to display teasers of those children. So quite a common thing that I do is when you arrive at a section, is that I duplicate the left-hand nav in the main content area, and basically this structure here is represented within the content. So I'm just going to show you how you can do that within taxonomy, and we're going to use a tag for the children IDs. So taxonomy get children IDs, and you'll see we'll get the entry IDs for the immediate children returned in a pipe separated list. So what we can do then is actually embed static / teasers, and then we pass those entry IDs through. So entry IDs equals the child IDs. Okay, so I just need to create the new file in here. And what I can do is, in the embed, I'll just make sure this is all working right. So we have children. And again, that's all working. And I'll just confirm that we've got those entry IDs coming through, which is fine. Alright, so I'll just go if embed entry IDs to make sure that what we're about to do, we actually do have them. And then we just go channel entries again. And the parameter we want to use is the fixed order parameter. And then we want to use the embedded entry IDs. And that'll just make sure that the entries that are output in this tag are actually in the same order as what we have in our taxonomy tree. Oops. So I'm going to keep this really simple. I'm just going to hash it for now. And just make sure that this is working. So we also want to go dynamic equals off or no on EE2. And you'll see we're getting these coming through when we're on the section pages, which is all good. Okay, so what we want to do now is obviously make these link through to the right place. So we can just do that using the taxonomy node URL tag. And this actually inherits the tree ID from the parent set node. Because this sets everything as global variables, we don't have to set the tree ID again, but what we do want to tell it is that the entry ID is the entry ID for the entry. Just change these to single quotes so it reads better. So that's all good. I'll just refresh here and we've got subpage 1, subpage 3 and so forth. So it's just another way of navigating. Now we could have just made a simple bulleted list through the taxonomy nav tag, but to create teasers like this you would have obviously your image, your teaser image, file uploader and your teaser text and so forth. So because you've got the power of the channel entries tag, those teaser blocks can be anything you want them to be really. So I've just put a class on here of teasers. And again, it's up to you how far you want to go with that.